Going. Excuse me, everybody. Hey, this is TruePowerIsMine, and this is Special Report Live, the Fall of Giants. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Today's date is March 12th, 2019, the year of our Lord. Got some great news right off the bat. Just got off the phone with Elder Fixico. And tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Central Time, and 12 p.m. Pacific Time, I will have Dr. Katz and Elder Fixico on Special Report Live. As we all know, Elder will be going to the UN in the next month to discuss indigenous issues. Hopefully, you guys will check out the link below once this video is processed. I will put a GoFundMe link for the elder and what he's trying to accomplish. You see, guys, hey, what's up, Brother Albert? And welcome to the show. What we got going on now is a great opportunity. We are going to make history with the broadcast tomorrow. I am so honored and humbled that the good Dr. Katz and the proud and righteous Elder Fixico will be joining us to give us an insight, give us some knowledge that you're not going to hear on CNN, Fox News, BBC, the rest of them. It's going to be a great show. I already feel it. It's like the spirit is just moving so raw now. Things are happening so fast and so complete. Just makes you just sit back and say, wow. Wow. You know, I mean, just good news, Brother Albert. I'm just saying, just good news all around. The show's growing. I mean, some of the questions and emails I've been getting from fans, it's just amazing. People asking real legitimate questions. Granted, a lot of them are for Brother Mark from Anaheim. Okay? And Judge Joe Brown. But people have been commenting on other guests as well. Jane Elliott, seen an increase in comments. Excuse me, everybody. Trying to get over this, I guess, last winter cold or whatever. But the beautiful thing is, you know, like last night, we are having an effect. Now, I want to give the announcement about Brother Fixico and then Dr. Katz. But that's not where we're starting off today. All right? We had a guest of sorts last night that joined us on the show. I got to jump over here. There's a comment. I'm going to grab up the comment and we're going to take it. And this comes from Black Buffalo, I believe, was her screen name. See, I'm getting better, guys. I'm remembering everything. Sobriety is clarity. Clarity is purpose. All right, hold on. There it is right here. You're having technical difficulties with the live stream? That's not cool. Hold on.
In which have more vitamins and less saturated fat? Only Eggland's best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
I think it should be. Let me get this over here. And I'll bring that back when I want to show you guys the really good part. Do you see what that water's doing? Hold on. Do you see what the water's doing? It's the vibration of the frequency is forcing it to form that way. Now, if we can use this phenomenon and harness it for something other than a weapon to kill other human beings, this could be something interesting. I mean, you don't see the patterns in that? Welcome back, Brother Albert. I was just starting to show off with the, look at that. That is amazing. You know what? I should put all this on pause real quick. It's only 8 o'clock there. Ronald, the clown. That is pretty awesome. Hold on, I wonder if I could potentially call. Oh, I shouldn't have started the show. I got too excited, guys. I was going to call Mark from Anaheim tonight. Or actually, I was going to call him like after I talked to Elder. But the show must go on, eh? Let me contemplate. I can't have no music. Maybe I can get lucky and do it like this here. Hold on, guys. Because if he's tooling around on the internet, I can see if he's around and call him up, have a couple more, so that way it won't be so much of a hey, sort of like showed up at someone's house with a party in full blast. Let me. Hold on, guys. Oh, here we can. You know what? You know what I can do? Hold on. You know what I can do? Well, there was a hidden knowledge. Oh. My computer's really funny right now. I want to show you guys something. All these, what's up, David? All these people coming in with the same old tired-ass rhetoric from the ancient times. There's a reason why we don't see the giants. There's a reasons why on the regular you don't see fairies and imps and trolls and goblins and ghouls. There's a reason why. But these fools want to try to bring it back like a yeast infection to make us all, oh, come on.
Now that comet impacts have played a role. They played a physical role, in fact, in sort of creating craters, and sort of extinction of the dinosaurs was caused by a comet impact. The end of the last ice age appears to have been modulated.
And this is the garbage that people are internalizing. Hey, what's up, Brother Nick? Love, light, and peace back at you, brother. By the way, join me tomorrow, man. The time zones are like this. It's 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Pacific Time. I'm going to have on Brother Fixico and Dr. Katz on. It's going to be awesome. Taking it each day at a time. I hear you. Do Nominally Temple. David, you have to please just start posting up links. If you know where these places are, peep it out. Get me the exact link. Hit it in the chat room, and I'll post it up on the big screen. So then that way we go right, first shot, right to the right information, because you know what you're looking for. I had to guess and kind of, well, I think this might be what old boy's looking for. Hold on. Sorry about that. Let me
reappeared. I mean, Zika has been a virus that was endemic, and it's been around for a few years. We know that it's in monkeys, and there's been the idea that it started in monkeys and hopped over to and so on. Well, that may or may not be true, but what happened recently was that the Zika virus suddenly acquired a new bit of gene, a new bit of...
and, you know, that can happen naturally. It's called natural mutation, or it can happen unnaturally, and it's called a biological weapon targeting certain minorities.
Genetic material that made it a totally different beast, right? Yeah. This is the virus that causes microcephaly, it's called.
Yes, the small cranium, small brain.
Yeah, small brain with diminished cognitive ability, right?
Yeah.
And the alarming thing about it, I think, where did it come from? I think it may have come, I mean, there's conventional wisdom that it was a mutation. It has not been proved to be a mutation.
And these two guys here, if I were to say something inappropriate, they're not going to tell us this. They're going to keep on, you know, objectifying and philosophizing about what's going down. But we should all know. We all should know by now. If you don't, well, shame on you. Now, I want to talk also about Hiram Biff, the story. And it kind of goes along with this lost knowledge. You see, people are always searching for prophets and fortune tellers and illusionists for one reason. They want to be vindicated in their little thoughts that they think are secret for some reason. Listen, Hiram Biff knew the secrets to Solomon's temple, which also suggests he knew the secrets to the Great Pyramids. The thing was, there was three basically apprentices with him, and they wanted his knowledge, and he wasn't giving it up. Even though they were part of the same fraternity, a brotherhood, stonecutter masons, he wasn't giving up that information. And that's what you guys all have to understand when we're dealing with secret societies or little organizations or associations that are secretive in nature. You have to understand, for every shred of foolishness, because that's what their secrets ultimately are at the end of the day, some very powerful foolishness. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to do something very shameful to get that scrap of information, that scrap of knowledge. And that's the power they have. That's the power they yield. And people line up, don't they? I mean, think about it. How many people straight up go to college, not for the education, but for the association, getting to know the future movers and shakers, getting to pledge to some sort of fraternity or sorority, being humiliated for a week, and then being accepted into the brotherhood or sisterhood. So then they can go ahead and make their paper the rest of their days. This has to come to an end, guys. Now, I know a lot of people in secret societies will be like, oh my God, how dare you speak against, we did this and we did that. The time for withholding knowledge from humanity is over, guys. The 6,000 years is about up. Yeah, you're right, Brother Albert. Honestly, if you want to be truthful, it's a lifetime of humility and subserviency to the organization or sorority or fraternity. Their first loyalty lies to it, not to family, not to country, and certainly not to God. The organizations actually prey on these people's selfishness, and it feeds on it, and they feed on it. Because like I was telling Buffalo Black the other night, whatever you internalize as far as your spirituality program, and it makes you feel good, it makes you able to deal with the rigors and roles of life, no one can really talk you out of that. Now, you may try to apostatize and try to convert others into your way of thinking, But if you're sincere in your beliefs, you're sincere in your beliefs. And that's what it is. You know, I'm not one of these guys caught up on, oh, you're going to go to hell, and you're going to go to purgatory, or you're going to go to Hades, or you're going to go to the underworld, and blah, 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 blah. What's the difference between Skull and Bones and the Masons? Nothing. I mean, they serve the same root. They serve the same beast. What's up, On? Fight On. Welcome to the show, buddy. Did I end up here? Oh, well, I'll listen for a bit. Well, not only Fight On, I want to ask you, since you stepped up to actually comment, and that's awesome, by the way. Thank you for being brave. Can you share anything? We're presently talking about secret societies and, you know, the pros and cons. You know, I'm pretty much anti-royal. I'm anti-Luciferian, anti-controlling other human beings. And a lot of, you know, the listeners are too. But, you know, if you have any cause, or, you know, maybe you're pro-royal, maybe you believe in royalty, and you can share us some insights on that. But, you know, honestly, my whole point is this, and from the show, echoing the show from last night, if you can't control yourself, then how can you really have the authority, let alone the divine authority, to control and subjugate and rule others? You know, this show's about freedom. We're about law and order. See, the deal with when you start talking about freedom, people are like, oh no, that's going to be anarchy. That's where it always goes. And these people are so unimaginative. They lack imagination. They lack dreaming. But freedom is what we all aspire to. You know, that's what we try to do around here. We try to get people come together, share our thoughts. You know, a lot of David, a super contributor to the show as far as thought, what we may just ramble off on. But hopefully David saw my video about 369 and Tesla. I've already done that show. And you know, within that is the essence, I guess, of free energy, potentially. But I don't think humanity deserves free energy. I'm sorry, I don't think we deserve more advanced technology than what we already have. I mean, you already see the damage that can be done with just a few tools that we got now. What would happen if everyone actually, hey, what's up, brother Cobra Immortal? Salute. What would really happen if all the haters and bigots and misogynistics actually had the technology to develop nuclear weapons, actually had the technology to develop hypersonic missiles, absolutely had the technology to develop the rod of God technology, tungsten satellites orbiting the planet? Could you picture just how dangerous that could be, potentially? I mean, I know some of you free-thinking minds in there are saying, what the fuck you talking about, True? We already got that. Just as I join in, who are the giants? Excuse my ignorance. Oh, absolutely. And we're going to come to that. When I first started, we were talking about basically the Nephilims, the so-called mixed race of angelic beings and daughters of men became giants, men who were renowned, and then they basically forms the royal bloodlines that we enjoy today. You know, I don't know, Fight On, if you had loved ones who possibly fought in World War II, possibly fought in World War I, possibly fought in Vietnam, Korea, Gulf War, any military conflicts for the last 200 years been orchestrated purposefully by conglomerates, international corporations, banking interests. We don't fight to free human beings. We don't fight to defend ourselves from human beings per se. We fight to ensure that corporations have access to resources in various parts of the world. So when they say we go to war for so-called Britain's interests or America's interests or whoever's interests. No, we're really going to war for Lloyd's of London's interests. We're truly going to war for, the International Monetary Fund's interests. That's who we're warring for. Hey, what's up, T. Jones, and welcome to the show, or T. Johnson, rather. Fallen angels intermingled with women. Yes, yes. According to the Book of Enoch and the Holy Bible and some other obscure manuscripts, they were suggesting that the women at the time were beautiful and desirable, which I could imagine. Could you imagine the first or 3 generations of men and women? No obesity, the vision of perfect physical specimens, rippling muscles, a slender waist, voluptuous attributes on the females. It would have been a sight to behold, but it's degenerated to what you see now. People run around with hepatitis, anal warts, all kinds of HIV, HPV, gonorrhea, syphilis, and all this nasty stuff. That's what it's degenerated down to. You know the reason why? Because none of the elders would stand up and tell the young people the truth, even though it pains the young people to hear it, even though the elder themselves might have participated in said behavior back in the day. What's up, Willie? Little John, welcome to the show, brother. It's time for us elders to tell and warn the young women and men of the dangers of promiscuities, of the dangers of not having civic respect, a sense of civic pride, a sense of purpose, the danger of having a polluted and corrupted mind, and so poisoning yourself and reaping devastation on others. So yes, that's what we're talking about. We're trying to enlighten not only ourselves, but the world with this show, to get people to see that there is a better way. There is a better way. And you may say, hey, True Power, then what the fuck is it? What is this better way? We want to know. We want to know. For 1995, no, I'm just playing. I'm just playing with you. I'm not peddling no books, at least not yet. But the only way is sincere and true unity. Thank you, Reasonable Dude. You're doing a good. Thank you, brother. Thank you. As always, you're on point. What I want to ultimately achieve, and this came to me after my afternoon nap, I want to have a compound. The specific. Thanks. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sister Little John. This is usually a male type show here, so normally it's men, but we're all brothers and sisters. We're all a part of the same family, and I just want to say it's nice to meet a fellow human being that I've never met before, and you are family still. Okay, now I want to make this especially clear. I want a compound, and these are the precise dimensions of it. It has to be 10,000 acres big. It has to have both desert and lower, higher mountains in it, and access to fresh water. And the rest we can work out. Okay, now that's just a dream, guys. I'm not like over ones that flew over the cuckoo's nest yet. But we all should be quite aware of the coming economic collapse. We also should need to be aware of the coming pandemic. So, these are going to be stresses on societies. And I'm telling you, the society that we're living in these United States of America. Now, this is a global show. We have people from all over the world that sends in information and participate in the shows on various levels. But this message is for you little people. Not little in humanity, by no means. But I'm talking about little in stature as applied to this society looking at you for what you truly are. A lot of you unfortunately, will not make it. It really does pain me to say that. It's as if I'm talking quite literally to the dead. But some of you who will make it, and who will be a part of the network, be a part of the rebuilding and the rebranding of this planet, I implore you, take with you the good and shed the bad. That's all I ask. Take with you the good of this world to the next and shed the bad. Because the people who are running this thing, the Luciferians, the people in the secret societies, the people who are sacrificing children and kind of using magic on certain levels to achieve their agenda, they're going to get this liberal New World Order. Please believe me, they're going to get that. Now, we can be positive. Well, now, there's a couple of things we can do to offset it or perhaps stop it. Yes, and that's a conversation for another time. The conversation we have to have tonight is preparation and direction. And I'm sorry, folks, you cannot just prepare at home and expect to be okay. We have to have three tiers. The first tier absolutely requires you guys linking up with local people who think like-minded. That's the first gathering point. Then we have to have a regional rallying point where families can get to. And then from there, we have to have the national, basically, fortresses. But that takes capital, it takes dedication, and it takes people willing to weather the storm. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not being negative, I'm being a realist here. That's not going to happen. I would love for it to happen. And I said it purposefully to throw that energy out here into the universe so potentially it could take root and grow. But for the people I've been talking to lately that actually do have insights into the future, that actually do, for lack of better words, possess a gift of foresight, they're saying this in unison. The liberal world order has been designed for thousands of years, and it's coming to fruition within this generation. I want all human beings to survive. I have love for you guys. I just do. But I'm telling you, sincerely, from a very humble person, an unknown person, that our societies have been judged, and they have been judged wanting. And they are going to come to an end, because all they produce are arrogant and stupid people. I'm sorry. Those are not my words. Those are the words that were brought up during the conversation. That's why, in some ways, I do get it. Hold on, let me go to a couple of these comments. Someone told me to invest in gold and silver. I don't think it matters, though. Not that I can anyways. Ooh, that's tough. So, who do the NWO have if forces wake up? Who will defend them? See, seems to me they are the only ones that needs to wake up. It's not how many wakes up. It's the right people that wake up. Fight on is actually right on. I'm stocking up food and water, though. Yeah, okay. Sister Little John, brother, fight on. Some good questions, good points. For one, the NWO really doesn't exist. It's the liberal world order. I did a show a few days ago breaking it down about how ever since 1945, the United States basically been on a mission to spread the democracy throughout the world, not republicanism, but democracy. That's the liberal New World Order. Stocking up on food and water. Sister, yes, 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 yes. Also, I am going to be looking into this product. It comes from Japan. It's called Coral Mineral. All right. You can put this product in drinking water. It takes out the chlorine. It turns the chlorine into a gas that evaporates out of the water. Thus, you're left with unchlorinated and unfluorinated water, because those two elements, using this mineral, it transmutes them into gas. And you gotta have the best. Yes, listen, everybody, you need rope. I know it sounds so basic, but this is shit that'll get you through. You need rope, plastic spoons and forks, duct tape, cotton balls, and packing tape. Cotton balls and packing tape you can use as makeshift bandages, because band-aids and shit is going to run out. You also need to stock up on all your little antibiotics that you don't use or whatever. Keep them. Don't get too carried away with the pills and shit, though, guys, because honestly, you're going to need to be sober in mind. You can do your dope, you can do your drinking up until game time, but when game time hits, we need you sober and we need you alert. If you do not want to do that, then go ahead and do your dope and die. But if you want to sober up and get with it, then join us. We don't have time for the clowning no more. And I'm not trying to tell no one to stop partying. Do your little partying, man. Do it. But prepare to suffer the consequences, because they will march your drunken or high butt right onto the train, and you'll go right on down into the incinerators. Rex 84 is not a joke. Operation Garden Plot is not for pretend. Agenda 21 wasn't developed just as a summer camp program syllabus. We have to get with it, and we have to realize that they poison our minds for a reason. Because your mind is the starting point of your power. If you have a poisonous mind, then you have poisonous thoughts, and you'll do destructive deeds. And how many times have you heard a good friend, they did something very, very foolish, and they said, oh, I was drunk. Oh, I was high. Oh, I was incapacitated. Those are all great excuses, but they do not nullify the damage that was caused from inappropriate behavior. You do realize right now, as you're hearing my voice, friends, some poor girl just got raped by some guy with hepatitis. Right now, as you hear my voice, some man just got shot in the head. Right now, as I'm talking to you, some poor woman just miscarried. We live in a very, very complex world with a lot of serious issues. And being sincere in your naivety is not a part of the solution. Being dull in your brain is not the answer. For you die from lack of knowledge. You suffer due to your ignorance. But a lot of people will fight you tooth and nail. By God, they're going to remain as dumb as humanly possible until the day they die. Bless their souls. But I know a lot more of you guys out there have just never came into contact with anyone truly spiritually in tune. Reasonable Dude, the movie 2006, Children of Men, explains how people in government act when times are desperate. A must watch. Yes. You know, actually, this coming up week, because you threw that out there, see, this is how it all works. This is how the show works and clicks because of you guys. Reasonable Dude, that's going to be my next movie review. I'll find 2006 Children of Men, and we're going to do a movie review on it. I got to check it out. Heck yes, Brother Albert. I'm going to put that there. The finger click up. We have a shot because now granted, I have been getting some reports because of net neutrality. You know, things are going to get rough. But that's why I'm pleased to say I'm getting more Patreon followers. There's exclusive Patreon content up there. I'm going to be posting up an exclusive Judge Joe Brown video tomorrow, probably after I have that show with Elder Fixico and Dr. Katz. And then, you know, we have the super chat here. And as always, please, and I thank you for this, click on the ads. If you can't do none of that, just click on the ads on my video, and that helps. Me too. So many movies tell us everything when movies... Well, you know, Sister Little John, there's a methodology to the social, I guess, propaganda, a Luciferian style, mind you. They have to tell you the method, but they put it in plays, they put it in songs, they put it in movies, okay? So then when they actually do the thing and the hammer comes down, people are like, huh, where did that come from? Oh, dirt. How come there's not one blockbuster film where mankind is saved by a traditional deity? Whether it be God the Father, whether it be Jesus, whether it be Allah, whether it be, I guess, Shiva, whether it be Horus, whether it be Zeus, whether it be Thor. Oh, my bad. They look like they got Thor, Odin, and Loki into a big screen production, don't you? Do you not see the three there? Odin, Loki, Thor, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, the Trinity, Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, the Trinity. It's all about humanity can't have children. Yes, I was about ready to go to that. And let's be frank, and let's be honest. It is all about the children. It's about ensuring that only the right type of children are allowed to exist. What do you mean by that? I mean, it's, you know, you don't see Planned Parenthood in Beverly Hills, do you? I mean, excuse me if I'm wrong. Does Planned Parenthood have a chapter in Beverly Hills? You don't see Planned Parenthood. I don't know. Right next door to a cathedral, do you? In any major city? But where will you find the actual Planned Parenthood clinic? Where will you find it? Typically 15 miles from any predominantly zip code melanated area. You find the melanated zip code, I guarantee you within that zip code, Planned Parenthood's just chilling. Yeah. That because, who was that? Margaret Singer? You know, the little, I believe she was a Hitler fanatic. You know, she fell into eugenics, the ideal of the Aryan supremacy. Don't you know, they're mixed with alien blood. Or Neanderthal, one of the two. Or a combination of the both. Let's not limit ourselves. But that's a lie as well. Children of God. Children of God. Children of men is all about humanity can't have children anymore and the world starts breaking down horribly. Wow. Well, listen, and I know this will probably get me in trouble. What I'm about ready to say will be the part that's going to demonetize this video. But let me state this. You have homosexuals now wanting to participate in basically the Christian church, because you never hear about them trying to do any of this like in a Muslim religion or Sikhs or anybody. But the point is, when black people kind of got freed from slavery, we had to form our own churches. That's why we had the AME, Black Baptist Church, all these other churches. But see, this is the point that no one ever gets. We could do that because we're a true group of people. We're a true nation of people. We can form our own, as long as the law permits, our own organizations and populate with our own and procreate and make more babies, because we're human beings that are actually having normal sex. Whenever you have a group of people that comes at you and they're like, let's say Brother Albert and Reasonable Dude here, for lack of, just throwing you two out. You two had an organization. It was called the Righteous Brothers on Motorcycles. You guys are a biker club. You're righteous. You guys go around. You do runs for disadvantaged children, the whole 9 yards. But I come in there and I'm like, I don't want to use motorcycles, and I want to, just be on skateboards. These guys are used to Harleys, Yamahas, Hondas, and all this shit, and I'm up here talking about skateboards. And then I go to the ACLU, and I get them involved, talking about, hey, man, I want to be able to bust up into their organization and redo it and do, I want skateboards, and everyone has to wear Daisy Duke shorts on the skateboards. Now, Brother Albert and Brother Reasonable Dude are tripping by now. They're like, what the we're a bike club, man. We have history. We got you. And then I use public opinion, and I use, instead of, why not me who wants the skateboard thing, just go and do my skateboard thing. The reason why the homosexuals can't and will not bow down from infiltrating the Christian church, the Catholic church as well, is because they know good and well they can be rolling hot for one generation, but unless they have some bisexuals up in there or some females or males that will actually have normal sex to produce offspring, their membership's going to, kind of diminish and die. The thing on the side of it. I hear that. And this is all just joking. No one's advocating violence. For all the TV viewers, we're going through space and time here with the truth. But everybody in the chat room, I just want, it is deeper than just homosexuality. Remember, in the Bible, wicked angels came to earth as men and had sex with women. God rejects those wicked angels. Dang. You know what? I have two of the toughest show contributors in the chat room right now. Both Albert and Reasonable will be bringing some hardcore stuff. And I'm going to have to address that. Yes, absolutely right. Homosexuality in itself is what it is. It's bad, according to scripture. All right. Now, I have to be very careful. Well, why be very careful? Now, I haven't been careful so far. The whole point with racism, the whole point with a lot of this is ensuring that only women have no choice with their reproductive partners. That's to say, let's say right now, we know for a fact there's a group or beings that are not humans, but they're looking enough like us. It's okay. How many of you fathers out there would have a serious problem with your daughter bringing home one of these straight up non-humans? Not to mention how many fathers would have trouble, their black daughter bringing home an Asian guy, or, their white daughter bringing home, a Filipino, or, something like that. Or the Filipino daughter, bringing home a Norwegian guy. People have trouble with that because people can't get over the so-called race thing. But the good thing about it, sort of like old girl said on Destination Negro Planet pertaining to segregation. When the hammer comes down and people start dying and the body starts hitting the floor, that might be the one thing that triggers true human unity. When you really see the Luciferians for who they truly are, and you really understand why they've been working on life technology, life extension, why they've been working on cybernetics, why they've been working on software and AI. Because don't forget, we have too many people, right? So that must mean that, you know, why would we want to automate jobs if we have too many people? Shouldn't those people be doing those jobs? Well, True Power, who wants to hold a spray painter in a, car making, $45 an hour? Who wants to sit there, in a suit and spray cars with paint? Or who wants to, punch out metal pie pans with a press machine for, I don't know, $27 an hour? Who wants to do that? No. These people would rather go out there and play the drug game or the prostitution game or the gang banging game or, the lazy gamer game or the perpetual student game, forever going to college, never getting a degree. Or, all these other little games, single mom game, deadbeat dad game. They want to play all these games. And here's the kicker. Let's go get some Google into the mix now. We're coming out of time warp, and we're going to enter some Google. And we're going to see what's up right now. They're trying to become immortal and live in this hell forever with their pride. Oh God. This is, oh my God. I need to select all that. I need to copy it. I'm sorry. I should have done this a long time ago, but I'm going to, oh my God, this is just crazy. I mean, I could send this to Grace. You know what? I will. Grace will. Everyone listen to our English correspondent. Her name is Grace. She's going to hip you to get to something that's pretty messed up. Come on. High-speed internet, my ass. Okay. All right. And if I disappear tonight, it's not because I wanted to. It's because of this. You guys are about ready to hear.
C.W. O'Neill Hermanson, Naval Special Warfare. C.W. O'Neill Hermanson, Naval Special Warfare. Director's Office Chief Warrant Officer C.W. O'Neill Hermanson is on assignment from Naval Special Warfare. He is the principal lead for transitioning technology to and other DoD partners. C.W.O. Hermanson provides subject matter expertise to program managers and technology office leadership on matters important to the warfighter based on his extensive operational experience. More, Agency, Mrs. Denise Holden Security, Information Innovation Office Mrs. Denise Holden is the Program Security Officer for the Information Innovation Office I2O. She is responsible for ensuring that all I2O information, data and materials requiring safeguarding in the interests of national security are protected as prescribed. More, Administration, Security, Lieutenant Koldan, Animal, Javorsek Program Manager. Strategic Technology Office Lieutenant.
Thank you, Reasonable Dude. I want to talk about that. The true Luciferians are higher than the government and corporations. Yes. Yes. IG Farben can't touch them. Monsanto, which is part of IG Farben, can't touch them. I'm talking about their masters. All right? And I quote, President Woodrow Wilson said, and I quote, The powerful men of business are afraid of an all-controlling force in the world. Look it up, please. Let's do that. Let's take that. Let's jump over here. I wonder if I can find something on YouTube. What's up, DT? No, you're not late. It's all good. We're in the middle of this. We got a lot of time. Live studio audience is waking up though, but we'll still carry it on. Atomic power, prayer. Century of enslavement. Well, yeah. Robert Wright. I've heard of that guy from somewhere, but how big oil conquered. No, we don't need to know about the petrodollar. Woodrow Wilson. Let's hear what he has to say. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. See how slow this internet is. I mean, they must have 4 or 5 agents on this channel just watching. He clicked on something, sir. Oh, let it go through. Let it go through, Andrew. Let it go through. Come on. I've never had internet like this. What type of mess this is. Oh my God, dude. What the... Hold on, make sure people can still hear me. Look up Woodrow Wilson's businessmen are afraid of something. Yeah, let me just do that. Hold on. Oh, what the? Okay. The fear of starting. No, we don't want to hear about starting a fucking plantation for employees, aka business. Hypnosis. Okay, hold on. Thought I had that with it. There ain't gonna be shit here. Quotes by Mr. Woodrow. Also, for those who don't know, this is a guy that sold out America to the Federal Reserve, by the way, as well. Some of the biggest men in the United States in the field of commerce and manufacture are afraid of somebody, are afraid of something. They know that there is a power somewhere so organized, so subtle, so watchful, so interlocked, so complete, so perverse that they had better not speak above their breath when they speak in condemnation of it. Oh, well, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You think the angels are the only watchers around this mug? You don't think demons? Okay, let me put it like this. You go to your little fortune teller, okay? He or she tells you when they're looking into a ball or communing with whatever, things about your past. Never the future, always the past. Remember when you was a little girl and you left a sock behind the stove and it caught fire? And you'll be like, whoa, how did you know that? Whoa, whoa. Because the demon's telling them that. Just as angels watch you, demons are watching you as well. That is what the most terrifying quote I've ever heard from him. Yeah, well, you know, you got to understand. This guy here, hold on, let me go back. I got to go back and show that Weasley. And I'm calling him Weasley, dude, for a reason. Woodrow Wilson. I'm calling him Weasley for a reason, man.
According to Wik.
Oh, I was going to let us talk about him, but whatever. There he is. Look at his face. Look at his face. He's the reason why you don't own property now. He's the reason why you're a wage slave now. He's the reason why the economy will one day collapse soon. Down there messing around in Jekyll Island, South Carolina. Or North Carolina. The Carolinas. Sitting there making up secret plans to put money in his pocket and put nothing in yours. What did I tell you before? How can you determine the righteous from the unrighteous? The righteous take all and give nothing. That's the unrighteous, rather. Whereas the righteous gives all and takes nothing. The unrighteous takes all and gives nothing. He can sit here in his little robes with his little glasses. But he's a traitor to humanity. And you guys better understand, folks like this guy love themselves more than they love other human beings. He's the type of guy, if you was all, like, say that they had 4 people in a room, a hostage situation, and the hostages, the hostage takers were torturing them, talking about, we'll let you guys vote. You know, he'll be the first one casting a vote on somebody else. Instead of being a stand-up man, say, hey, look, since we're all going to go, you just take me out. Take me first and then, you know, let them go. But people aren't like that nowadays. I'm like, I don't know these assholes. And if they did know, I didn't like them anyways. Do them. Fight on. He didn't have a choice. Hence, his fighting words. Hell yeah. If he didn't play ball, he and his family would die. What would you have done in those shoes? You know, fight on. The young me, the immature me, would have did exactly what he did. But the mature me who realizes there are principles above self, there are principles above comfort, there are principles above wealth, I would tell those sons of bitches to their face. Well, first off, if I was the president, the motherfucker that came to me with this bullshit, his ass would have got X'd out right then and there. It would have been like, this is some Sparta time. Right then and there, no, going back telling your fucking handler, you're done. Done. Then I would immediately jump on the phone. I mean, at that time, I don't think they really had radio. Hollered at, or telegraph, hollered at the newspapers, and tell the country, if I get popped, it's because we have a bunch of anti-American, anti-United States, anti-freedom, anti-peace, anti-everything, mother effers out here killing people to promote their agenda. So if I end up, you know, on my horse and gets popped, that's why. And you know what, people? As your president, I'm here to tell you, if I die, you rise up and fight. Yes. Yes, they did. Reasonable dude. Yes. And thank you, brother. Thank you, Brother Albert, for your service. I want Reagan and Wilson both told us. Remember that speech Ronald Reagan told us? Do you remember? How fast will we all come together if an outside force threatened us? And our dumbass are sitting there thinking about aliens and shit. Now he's talking about the Jem'Hadar or the Klingons or, you know, the Empire's coming to get us. No, he's talking about spiritual beings. Dude. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you a couple of things, and it may be mind-blowing and shocking to you. One, magic's real. Two, there are things walking, and I say things, walking around here in human form, and they're not quite human. And there's other things they just can manifest at will. Or I perceive they have will. Yes, a lot of you guys are unaware of this because a lot of you guys are protected. Point blank, you're just protected. It's like you have an invisible force field. So some of these things will never really affect you. But others know exactly what I'm talking about is actually on the money. And it is quite real. Aliens are among us. Yes, reasonable dude. But unfortunately, we are the aliens. We are not of this world. This world was given to us by our Father, our Heavenly Father. This world had a landlord prior to that. And like any old landlord, that basically when the big real estate guy comes to town, you know, the big one that actually created the town, created the land, created the air, you fool around, messed up with him, he smacks you around, throws your ass down, and then he takes a lump of fucking dirt and breathes into it. And he says, hey, I'm going to put this thing above you. That is what we're dealing with. Now, we can sit here and play games all we want. We can sit here and act as if, oh my God, I just didn't know. Well, now you know. Now there's no more excuses. Of course, you can absolutely take what I said. Oh, True Power don't know what he's talking about. Blah, blah, blah. It's not real. But in your hearts of hearts, you know what I said is real. This world is called the earth. It's Satan's domain. Yes. Didn't you guys know? Listen. Now, I know many of you guys are mothers and fathers. I know every last one of you guys are sons and daughters. How would you feel that you messed up with your daddy or your mommy? You messed up so bad that they pick up a parakeet or a chicken and they're like, you know what, when I die, chicken, let's say chicken, you're going to inherit the house, you're going to inherit my bank account, you're going to inherit the life insurance policy, you're going to inherit it all. These children, my blood children, gets nothing because they're such douchebags. How would that make you feel? Do you think you might start having a little hatred towards chickens? Do you think every time you see a chicken out there, you know, clucking about, not paying attention, you will run up there and kick it in its butt? Maybe snap its neck? Because that's what the demons want to do. Because their master wants to do it to us. There's things at play, man. If you guys ever known a dysfunctional family and you see how it operates, look at every spiritual text. Every spiritual shows you a dysfunctional, high-level spiritual family. From the Greeks to the Egyptians to the Sumerians to the Hebrews. The list goes on and on and on. It's dysfunctional. That's why Satan, the devil, that's why he hates freedom. That's why he hates to see us smile. He hates to see us united. He hates to see us not out there on the battlefield killing each other, slitting each other's throats. Because he had hatred for us, no love. I want to read that out loud. This is for the TV viewers. The Bible says, live simple and mind your own business. I don't understand how they have so much power when the God of this world is supposed to be more powerful. I don't get it. Okay, sister, listen. The Most High God of the universe, for one, is not in fear of anything. The Most High God of the universe who created everything will rectify all of the sins and wrongdoing. That's why it says vengeance is his. Oftentimes, sister, things happen to us, and we want Father to come and smack these fools down right then and now, but it's not in his time, in the totality of things. Don't get confused just because God is omnipotent, that he doesn't allow us. And this is the proof. The proof of this is what's happening right now. The proof is the fact that you're actually living, and you're actually thinking these thoughts, and you're actually asking these questions. God could have this thing set up to where none of this would have ever existed. He already knew that Satan would have started his bullshit and all that. It's only because of love, agape love for us. So those of us who make it to the end goal can testify, hey, look, the world wasn't set up like that. He didn't meddle in none of it. When I was down on earth, these demons and Luciferians were running amok. They were killing babies in New York. They were setting up brothels in Nevada. They were sneaking kids across the border. And you have something to tell. You have something to say. The Most High created all good and evil and gave you freedom of will and the ability to know right from wrong, which we deny for our own satisfaction, or satisfaction rather. Yes, because we're selfish. We are selfish. You know what we are? Oh, ADT, man, peace out and be safe, man. Be safe. Because it's hard out there in this world. God doesn't want robots. He lets us create. Yes. See, this is what I'm saying, reasonable dude. When the Luciferians come and get their new world order, you know, they have their little AI, they have their robots out there in the field, they have, you know, a few humans for nefarious purposes. But their world's going to be empty and lifeless. Just like them, they're empty and lifeless. Listen, every rich person on this earth is nothing more than a money hoarder. That's all they are, money hoarder. Because the reality in these United States, you do not own the land. In reality, when you die, when you go down there in that box, none of the gold, none of the jewelry, none of the women, none of the liquor, none of your fine clothes, none of your colognes, none of that is coming with you. Even the body, even the meat bag body. Talk to you later, reasonable dude. Even the meat bag body that you're possessing will stay here on earth. The only thing that will ever leave is the energy that is communicating with me right now. That's the only thing that's real and tangible. Your body doesn't mean shit. Your so-called wealth doesn't mean a thing. The only thing that matters is the energy inside of the meat bag, and that's you, my friend. And I hope you realize you are a powerful being unto the universe. Not that you're God. Do not ever mistake that. But you have tremendous power. And the more of you guys that comes together, the greater that power becomes amplified. We can either sit back and continue to allow the Luciferians and all of them to run amok, debase everything, including the air that we breathe, or we can say no more. No more your lunatic, mad scientists put people in chairs and put goop in their eyes. No more breaking arms, resetting them, watching them grow back together. Now, I know that doesn't happen, but it did happen in World War II. No more. But are we, or rather, should I say, do we have the guts as human beings to stand up and say no more? Or are we going to be like, because here it is, what Woodrow Wilson said. You better watch your step when you condemn the real power. Who will stand with me? I'm already throwing up the flag. I'm already out here, guys. I'm saying there's a better way. For not just a few, but all who stand with me. And if I do get cut down, at least I could cut down in principle and purpose. Because I sincerely wish no harm to no human being. I don't care who you are or what your background is. It would just tickle me to death to see you fed, clothed, sheltered, and with loved ones that truly and sincerely love you surrounding you. But most human beings don't want that for the next. You know what we want? We want you desperate. We want you filled of fear and anxiety. So you're easily controlled. You police yourself. Oh, I can't do that, Brother Albert. Oh, I shouldn't do that, Sister Little John. Whoa, nope, can't do that, David. More people are in poverty or in the position that they're in because they lack the confidence to get up and get out and do something. Every time they have a thought, the succeeding thought will be, it can't, it won't, how can you? You can't do it, it's impossible, etc., etc. And I'm telling you, as soon as you change the way you think, then you will change the way you live for the better. And on that note, guys, I gotta shut her down because I will be having a live show tomorrow with with Dr. Katz and Elder Fixico, talking about indigenous issues. It's gonna be a great show. Please join me. Please join us. Courage and wisdom is a powerful thing, family. Amen to that, Brother Albert. So as always, folks, this has been Special Report. Please live your life of integrity without hate, envy, or greed. As always, let's try to be kinder to each other. Peace.